Hello and welcome to your warm-up. So let's just start by going into some nice squats here, nice and as deep as you can. So don't push into anything that's painful, just go as low as works for you. And what we want to do is warm up all of those muscles and get our joints nice and soft and movable. So we want everything to feel really, really nice, warm and movable. We'll come into some lunges, but keep those arms moving as well, because the whole point is that we're getting everything nice and warm and preventing any risk of injury at all as well. So when our muscles are not nicely warmed up, that's when we are more likely to pull something or feel really sore, and it's just not really worth it, to be honest. So we'll go into some walkouts. You can either go onto your knees or hover your knees. Go to where suits you right now, and then you can build upon that. So you can come down onto your knees directly, or if you're not quite needing the support from the knees, just come out into a plank like so. And then what we'll do is weight into the left side brings that right foot up and just open towards that right knee. And then weight goes into the left to allow that foot to come back. And we do the same on the other side, weighting into one side, allowing the other foot to come up, twisting towards the knee that's up, and then coming back. So we'll do 3 of these, 3 walkouts in your own time. And remember, you can soften the knees down if that's where you're at just now, or you can just hover them here, and you're always opening up towards that foot that comes up. So you're unweighting, bringing that foot up, opening towards that knee, and then onto the other side as well. So that is our walkouts, and usually that's where all the complaints come from, because that's quite a tough wee warm up there. So we'll come down onto our knees here, bring one foot out, and we're just going to rock back onto the heel and forward again, opening up in the hips here. You might want to pop something underneath that knee. If you're on a hard surface, that can be quite sore. So make sure you go and find a wee mat or something to pop underneath there. We'll just go for a few on one side, and then we'll do the same on the other as well. So swapping up and over, just taking that foot out as wide as is comfortable. If it feels a little bit sore, kind of in here in the groin area, you can pull that foot up a little bit as well. You can bend the knee a lot more, just making sure that you're warming up, but in a way that suits your body best. And once we've done that, we'll come into some runners a little bit as well here. So popping one foot back onto the foot of the other side. And again, you can use a mat here. If you can, tuck the toe at the back, and we're just walking forward and back. If that's really hurting that foot for the toe to be tucked, just untuck it. That's absolutely fine, but try and tuck it a little bit. If it's sore or the foot cramps up, it's probably because the foot's not used to flexing too much, so it's quite good for it to flex it. But you want to take your time. Let's swap legs here. You want to take your time and ease your body into that if it's not used to it as well. So onto the other leg here. You're just coming back and forward, opening up into these hips so that this full lower body is feeling nice and awake and warm. So we'll just do another one on this side. And then what we'll do is we'll come up and we'll start to work into the upper body a little bit. So I want you to stack. We should have watched the stacking video by now. That just means that the pelvis is tucking under the thorax like so. So we're stacking thorax on top of pelvis, and then we'll reach one arm all the way up, all the way back and round. So you want to reach in every direction that arm's going. And it doesn't matter whether you were going forward or back, just go in the opposite direction at this point, keeping your body stacked. And the reason for that stack is so that you're not throwing into your back right now. So you don't get the range that you want, swap arms, if you don't stack. And you also put pressure on the lower back that just doesn't want to be there. So reaching all the way down, forward, back, and switch directions. Reaching in all directions here in that stacked position, and then go with both all the way up twist when you can't go back any further. So we come up, we're still stacked, and we twist. Stack. That's us. So coming on down into some skiers, just to make sure we get back into that full body again. Everything warm. And then we'll open up at the chest a little bit, and you can keep your feet moving here. Just opening everything up, getting ready for our workout. And remember, for your workout, when you get into it, you perform your exercises 10 times for each of the exercises, either 10 full body or 5 and 5 if it's split arms or legs, and you do as many sets as you can. So either one set, anywhere up to 10 sets, but I wouldn't start at that top end. Start nice and low, particularly if you're brand new to all of this exercisey kind of stuff. I would start with one set. This is how we build habits. So we don't want to be unrealistic, and we don't want your mind fighting against this implementation of this nice, sustainable new habit. So let's just finish with the wrists and the ankles actually here, making sure that they're all good to go, especially if you're going to do any upper body. So if you've got push-ups or anything like that, making sure you're getting into these wrists, and then the ankles as well for doing anything single leg squat type things, anything at all like that. We want to make sure that everything's nice and eased off here, like so. If you feel during any of the exercises that your heels pick up in a squat, for example, you can pop something underneath your heels just to give you a little bit more stability. Your heels might pick up a bit and you're going to end up on your tippy toes. So you can try this just now, a nice wee squat position. You're seeing how low you can get, and you might want to video it to see if your heels are picking up, because sometimes people don't know. So video it, see how you go, and if those heels are picking up, pop something underneath and that's fine. And you can video from the front as well, and if your knees don't look like they're on train tracks, if they're kind of banding in a little bit, we just want to turn everything out a wee bit, make sure that you're not too close together, and try to push the knees away from each other as much as you can. And with that, we should be doing not too bad. So look at your squat pattern, make sure you are stacked, and enjoy. And you know where I am if you need me.